I saw a pile of poop on the mountain. He grabbed it and started touching his body. This behavior seems disgusting, but it was saving his own life, because I encountered the ferocious mountain eagle. Grandpa said, simply smear tiger dung on your body to mask the smell. Surprisingly, this method actually worked. I really escaped from the tiger's mouth. When I met my grandfather, I told him about my encounter with the tiger. Grandpa casually asked what the tiger looked like. I quickly gestured to show that the tiger was as big as a mountain, golden all over, not even a single black line. That's terrifying. I just finished speaking. Grandpa's hands suddenly froze. Purple instantly turned pale. Xiao Jiao, are you sure that tiger is all golden? There is not a single black line. Yes, that tiger was big and fierce. Luckily, I used the method you taught me. Rub the tiger's skin on your body to cover up the smell. Only then could I escape successfully. I hadn't even finished speaking. Grandpa grabbed me and pulled me over, carried me and rushed down the mountain. They didn't even want the mushrooms they'd spent half a day picking. He kept muttering Xiao Jiao as he ran. You've made a huge mistake. That thing isn't a tiger. He's got his eye on the trademark. I don't understand why Grandpa is so afraid. I'm also curious about what that mountain landmark actually is. It was completely dark when I got home. Grandpa walked away from the iron gate he was playing. I didn't even faint from being out of breath. Just because Grandma calls her old woman, kill all the chickens in the house quickly. As soon as he finished speaking, Grandma walked out with her hands on her hips. This is not during holidays or festivals. Why kill so many chickens? I'm still waiting for them to lay eggs. Upon hearing this, Grandpa became anxious and said, stop nagging. Do as I say. Xiao Jiao has messed with Shan Biao. After saying that, he put me down. I took off all my clothes. Grandma stood there, her eyes filled with fear. His lips kept twitching. It looked like the sky was about to fall. Grandpa saw that Grandma hadn't moved for a long time. He shouted, old woman, again. Don't just stand there like an idiot. Go to the kitchen, get a torch, and burn Xiao Jiao's clothes. As he spoke, he bit into the jar. A ladle of water was poured on me. Less than a minute, a whole tank of water was gone in no time. But Grandpa had no intention of stopping. They kept scrubbing and washing me. What is Grandpa's trademark? But Grandpa's face was ashen. He had no interest in talking to me at all. At this moment, Grandma came out with a torch to attack my lower body. You need to touch my clothes. Grandma, this is the new clothes Dad just bought for me. Only wore it once. Don't burn it. I'm going to rob it while I'm naked. But Grandpa grabbed him and brought him back. You brat. Are you out of your mind? My pitiful look, Grandpa said as he washed the baby. A tiger has 3 sons. There must be a fierce and ruthless one who can recognize a tiger cub. Tigers usually give birth to twins in one litter. If a third one is born, that cub will be abandoned. It's possible that tiger cubs don't know how to hunt at all. The fat of this third one, slender, golden all over, no king character on his forehead. Grandpa learned it from my description. I'm certain that the person I encountered was Shan Biao. Rumor has it that Biao, who was abandoned, would have a hard time surviving. But if he survives, he'll be a brutal murderer. They will seek revenge on their own mother and brothers. Bite them to death with your own hands. But what if someone is targeted by Shan Biao? He will fight to the death. Grandpa's words sent chills down my spine. Cold sweat broke out. Grandpa, are we going back to the village? The mountain road is so far. Shan Biao probably can't find me anymore. But Grandpa's words completely shattered my hopes. That dead tiger you saw today, it might be Shan Biao's mother or brother. What you're smearing on yourself is their feces. Shan Biao has a particularly keen nose. It would have been fine if you hadn't signed the share agreement. You smelled of that tiger. Shan Biao will definitely come looking for him. Grandpa washed me more than a dozen times. Grandma burned the clothes too. Grandma kept crying and the old man. Xiao Jiao is our lifeline. He absolutely cannot get into trouble. You need to think this through. Grandpa was annoyed by Grandma's crying. He yelled impatiently, fine, stop crying. There are only 2 tiger carcasses on the mountain. It seems there's still one that wasn't killed by the mountain leopard. It appears to be safe at present. To completely get rid of the shareholding smell on me, Grandpa smeared soot from the bottom of a pot all over my body. After doing these, Grandpa told Grandma to slaughter all the chickens and ducks, hang on both sides of the gate. Then I went out, and I don't know how much time passed. He rushed back. Grandma asked with a reproachful look, what time is it? You still have the mood to go out for a stroll? Grandpa closed the door. I just went to the small shop at the village entrance. I called Xiao Jiao's dad. Tell him to come back quickly. Take Xiao Jiao into the city to hide for a while. Grandpa and Grandma frowned. The old man, how about we send Xiao Jiao to the city tomorrow morning? Grandma hadn't finished speaking. Grandpa rejected it. It takes us most of the day to get to town, not to mention going to the county town. It's unsafe to be on the road for at least 3 nights. Xiao Jiao's dad only needs 2 days to drive back. The mountain marker shouldn't descend tonight. After all, There's still one tiger left to kill, but tomorrow night will be crucial. If Xiaojiu manages to escape, she'll be saved. Grandpa and Grandma would put their hands together in prayer, bowing in prayer. Please bless our little Gio to be safe. When they enter the house, seeing me huddled on the heated brick bed, without saying a word, Grandpa quickly came closer to me. He patted my head and comforted me, saying, "Little Gio, don't be afraid. Grandpa and Grandma are both here. You'll be fine." I forced a smile, but at this moment, suddenly, the roar of a wild beast came from outside. The roar was like a wolf's howl, yet also like a teacher's instruction. Grandpa's face instantly turned terrible. How did that thing get here so quickly? He suddenly stood up, his brows furrowed. Grandma panicked too. "Old man, didn't you say Shan Biao wouldn't come down the mountain tonight?" He then pulled me into his arms. Grandpa paced anxiously around the earth in bed. "Something's not right. Isn't there still one tiger that hasn't been killed? How did he end up in the village?" As the roar grew closer, my heart was in my throat. My mind is filled with the image of Hunter Wang being eaten during the day. The more I thought about it, the more scared I became. Grandpa and Grandma burst into tears. "I don't want to die. Little Gio, don't cry." Grandma covered my mouth, suddenly remembered something. He quickly turned to his grandfather and said, "Oh no, how could I forget that?" Grandpa quickly asked what was wrong. "Third Master went up the mountain with Hunter Wang this morning. I brought a tiger home today. He invited the villagers to his house for tiger dishes, a local dish. I thought little feet loved to eat stewed in an iron pot. I was going to stew goose for him, so I didn't go. I didn't expect to forget about it so quickly." Grandma's tone was full of annoyance towards the old man. "Do you think Shan Biao might be heading towards Third Master's house? There are so many people in his family now." Listen to what Grandma said. Grandpa's brow furrowed even more deeply. "No wonder when I went out just now. I also reminded everyone to lock the door. Be safe." I called out to several places but no one answered. It seemed Shan Biao wasn't after our family. He said he closed his eyes and touched his forehead. It was like a prayer, or perhaps a moment of silence. "It looks like something bad is going to happen in the village tonight." Even though Third Master has a lot of family members, but they were no match for Shan Biao. It's all fate. As expected, Shan Biao's roar went west of the village. It's right in the direction of Third Master's house. Seeing that, I stopped crying. Grandma let go. I took 2 deep breaths. "Grandpa, if Shan Biao harms the villagers, does that mean they won't come looking for me anymore?" I'm not saying this to imply that I'm cold-blooded. It's just that I was too young and didn't understand things back then, which is why it was so late. Grandpa sighed. Hopefully, not long after, I vaguely heard heart-wrenching screams came from the west. I don't know if it's true, or was I just too scared and hallucinating. I was so sleepy in the middle of the night. She fell asleep in her grandma's arms. I don't know how long I slept. I was disturbed by the clanging sound. I woke up to the sound of the large iron gate of the courtyard being slammed shut. I sat up immediately. My mind cleared up instantly. The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was Grandpa holding a shovel. He sat on the heated brick bed, with a resolute look in his eyes, like a mountain protecting me behind me. I instantly felt less nervous. Grandpa and Grandma exchanged a glance. No one spoke. Grandpa nodded emphatically. I understood that he was saying Shan Biao had come looking for us. I thought he would stop after ruining the Mitsuha family. I didn't expect them to come straight for me. I was just about to open my mouth to speak. Grandma shushed me. Then he pulled me into his arms. The banging on the door outside grew louder and louder. Just as Grandpa said, Shan Biao was extremely brutal. Those who can survive alone in the mountains are truly remarkable. He seemed to have no sense of pain. The iron gate was rammed again and again. I snuggled in my grandma's arms. My heart was pounding in my throat. It's like Yamashita Miyabi bumped into something. They all felt like they hit my heart. If the old man keeps crashing like that, our iron gate might not be able to withstand the pressure. Grandma's voice was trembling, but he had just finished speaking. The banging on the door suddenly stopped. Could it be that he's left? Grandma muttered softly. Turning my head, I glanced out the window, but it was pitch black outside. Can't see anything, Grandpa said wearily. It's not that simple. After saying that, he gripped the shovel and slowly walked towards the main room. He gently pried the door open a crack, secretly observing the situation outside. But I still can't see anything. It's scary to come in from outside the iron gate. Grandpa mustered his courage and took 2 steps into the yard. Suddenly, a heart-wrenching scream came from outside. It made my ears ring. Grandpa was also startled. They quickly retreated and locked the door. Then they locked the door to the room where my grandma and I were. He stayed in the main room, gripping the shovel tightly. It's like they're going to fight the mountain emblem. I huddled tightly against my breast. She didn't dare to breathe loudly in her mother's arms. I don't know how long I stayed up. Since that scream, there was no further movement outside the door, but Grandpa still stayed in the main room until the neighbor's rooster started crowing. He then cautiously pushed open the door. I walked around the yard several times. I didn't see Shan Biao. Only then did they feel relieved enough to unlock the door for me and my grandma. He said, his eyes filled with exhaustion, that the mountain leopard was injured. He ran back to the mountains and forests. They probably won't come back during the day. After saying that, he reached out and patted my head. Tears still welled up in her eyes. Although Grandpa doesn't usually talk much, but I understand in his heart, I am more important than his own life. Then Grandpa turned to Grandma and said, "Old woman, go build a house, boil some hot water and give a Jew a good bath. Let him get a good night's sleep as long as we get through tonight. When the second son comes back, take him to the city. You'll never have to live in fear again." As soon as he finished speaking, one after another, violent cries of death rang out from the doorway. In our rural areas, whether it's a wedding or a funeral, we should help each other out, only for a short while. 3 people have already knocked on the door. I followed my grandfather into the courtyard. See it at a glance. The large iron gate that was damaged by the mountain flood yesterday. There were also broken bricks scattered all over the ground nearby. Just as I reached the door, a pungent smell of blood could be smelled. Look up and look into the distance. The dirt road outside turned black. I know this is written about seeping into the soil. The road surface looked black. I sighed. How much blood would it take to get this bad? I followed the path westward. I plan to go to Third Uncle's house to find Grandpa. At this time of day, my friends have all gone out to play already. But today there wasn't even a soul in sight. The further west you go, the darker the color of the blood soil. The strong smell of blood made my scalp tingle. My breathing became rapid. At this moment, suddenly I saw something on the roadside in the distance. It flashed. I ran over quickly. I didn't expect it to be a slingshot. It was me who played with half dog egg. He carries it with him every day. They're usually unwilling to even let me play for a while. How could it have been left here? I picked up the slingshot with a puzzled look. Just raised your head. I saw half an arm sticking out from the haystack next to me. Dog egg is such a bad kid. He actually hid there and played hide and seek with me. But when I leaned closer, I realized there was no sign of Godan. Half an arm was lying in the grass. The skin and flesh looked as if they had been forcibly torn apart. A strong sense of fear welled up inside me. My body went limp instantly. He knelt down with a thud. My mind went blank. It took 3 or 4 seconds for him to come to his senses. Tao cried out at the top of his lungs. She was crying so hard she could barely breathe. He threw away the slingshot in his hand. She ran towards Mitza's house while crying. I've fallen and tumbled countless times on the road. We finally arrived at Third Master's house. A lot of people were gathered at the entrance. There are both old and young people. While finding Grandfather, I also saw the courtyard full of broken branches and crumbling walls. "You brat, who told you to come over here?" Grandpa walked towards me while cursing, but the next second I couldn't bear the bloody scene. He fainted after his vision went black. When I woke up, it was already midnight. I saw Grandpa sitting by the window, sighing and shaking his head. The third son's family of about 10 people. The deaths yesterday were horribly mutilated. The neighbor's dog egg family didn't escape it either. What a pity. Grandpa and Grandma one frowned deeply. Yesterday we killed a chicken and put it at the door. Didn't Shan Biao ultimately not get in? There are also 3 sheep and 8 pigs at home. If all else fails, just kill them. Sending some raw meat to Shan Biao wouldn't work. The beast was as terrified as a monkey. I ate a piece of roast chicken on a fire poker last night. They probably injured their mouth before leaving. He certainly won't fall for the same trick again. Just thinking about how tragically Godan died, I was terrified. "Grandpa, will I die too? I tremble all over when I see you." Grandma scooped me into her arms. "Xiao Jiao, don't be afraid. Even if Grandpa and Grandma risk their lives, I will protect you completely, as long as we get through tonight. Wait until dawn tomorrow. Your dad will be able to take you to the city." But Grandma had barely finished speaking. Outside came the deafening roar of Shan Biao. I leaned against the window and looked into the yard. The big iron gate to my house was almost knocked apart. At that moment, Shan Biao let out a long howl. He then pounced suddenly. With a loud crash, the iron gate collapsed. Then Shan Biao casually strolled into the courtyard.